Hi, I'm Lisa, author of Journey to Healing. Today I'm going to talk about something that may not sit well with you: gratitude. Now, when you hear that word and you think, is she nuts? I'm a grieving mother. How can I possibly feel gratitude about anything? Well, there is a way, and you know what? When you can practice that skill, and I do believe it's a skill, just a little bit, it can actually change a lot of what's going on in your life. No, it's not going to bring back your child. Nothing that we do is going to undo that fact. My philosophy is, and you may argue with me, but my philosophy is that we are on this earth now, as long as we're going to be, and that's pretty much out of our control. I'm here. My daughter's in heaven. And yeah, it sucks. But that time is going to pass, whether I am grumpy, whether I am completely broken, whether I am biting other people's heads off and pushing the people away that I love, or I can find little ways to find happiness again. And I do believe that I can and will find happiness again. It may not be the same happiness as I once had when Katie was here, but I can still find joy. I can still be proud of my son when he graduated. I can still enjoy holidays. One of the first books I read on my journey was called Gratitude in Grief. And part of the reason I enjoyed that book so much is because the author, Kelly Buckley, if you want to look it up, her introduction to her book spoke so deeply into my heart. She lost her 23-year-old son in a boating accident. Maybe it's because he was a young adult, like Katie was. Maybe it was because his death was sudden, like Katie's. I don't know. But the way that Kelly wrote about her journey, and not just her journey, but her reflection and her ways of managing this huge loss, really resonated with me. And Kelly went on to write a second book, and it was called One Little Thing. So from the get-go, from the moment that Stephen died, she and her younger son said, you know what? If we're going to survive this, we need to find one little thing every day. One little thing to be grateful for. And I think any of us moms on this journey can think, oh my gosh, how hard can that be? But you know what happens? When you start looking for the good, you start finding the good. Maybe it's the fact that the cashier at the grocery store smiled at you and asked a question about your child. Maybe it was just a small thing. I love animals and I love seeing them frolicking around and playing, and it always puts a smile on my face. So if I see the birds outside or the bunnies, or I think I wrote in my book about a black lab that was frolicking in the snow and he was having so much fun, I forgot for a minute, and I started to laugh. So it doesn't have to be great big things that you're grateful for. And yes, we're all grateful for a roof over our heads, food in the fridge, and clean sheets. But try and look outside of that. And if you can, start a gratitude journal. I know that sounds very Oprah, and it sounds maybe a little bit cheesy. But if you leave that on your nightstand and you challenge yourself to write your one little thing in there every night, you'll start going back after a few weeks and you'll go, oh yeah. And you start training yourself to look for the good. I believe with all my heart that this is what our kids want us to do. So I challenge you to find one little thing today. Post it below. We'll chat soon. Take care.